PLS Squad was goody. Oh man, it's been a minute. Well, of course, I'm your host, James Flowers. Alright. I'm the founder of Paranormal Legends Society as well as the lead investigator. Um, if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can follow us at facebook.com/backslash Paranormal Legends Society. Also, you can follow us on TikTok as well at the same thing, Paranormal Legends Society. So, on tonight's episode, we're going to sit here and talk about sleep paralysis. Now, sleep paralysis is one of those things where I'm pretty sure 99% of the human population has experienced it. Whole lot of people don't know what it is, right? So, now, scientists say sleep paralysis is a temporary state of being unable to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up. In other words, you wake up in REM sleep, right? But the thing is, I have my own theory, right? Sleep paralysis is, of course, when you wake up, but you are stuck in between dimensions, alright? That's why everything looks the same, but it looks different at the same time. You can see entities and everything like that. It's almost like you're on that bridge. You feel me? You know how they say sleep is the cousin of death? Honestly, your body is lifeless while you're asleep. It just goes into autopilot mode. And every time you have those dreams where it just seems so real, you can smell, you can feel, you can taste whatever. For all my people that dream about eating food, I mean, I'm one of them. But that's actually you inside of another dimension, right? That we can't see with the naked eye. Because, of course, humans can only see on a narrow spectrum of light. Now, I've had sleep paralysis multiple times. Started when I was younger. I want to say first time I had sleep paralysis, I was 4. Now, it used to mess with me. It really used to bother me until I got older. And I started researching, I started learning things, started studying demonology. I just started studying anything paranormal or supernatural, right? And now, it doesn't bother me at all. I've actually had one instant, I want to say the last time I had sleep paralysis. Well, I'm going to say one of the last time I had sleep paralysis was I was at work. I was a PCA. I had got to the place around about 6 o'clock. I usually get my client up at 9 so he can eat. But before I get him up, I go down and I get his breakfast. And so I get there, I lay on the couch, and I drift off, right? I think that night I had got back home around about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I usually get up around about 5. No, actually, I usually get up around about 4:30 because it takes me an hour and some change to get to my house. I mean, to get to my job, sorry. And so when I drift off, I didn't even know I drifted off, first and foremost. But I remember opening my eyes, everything looks the same, but it has this weird tint to it, right? Like this weird contrast. And I remember standing up, but I couldn't feel myself stand up, if that makes sense. And I turned around and I can see myself actually sleep on the couch. Right? Okay. So my next instinct was to go check on my client. Right? So when I went to his room door and I reached for the handle, my hand went straight through the door. So as crazy as it may sound, I peeked my head through the door and I seen him still asleep and laying there, right? Okay. Then I hear some knocks at the door, right? At the actual apartment door. And it's one of my coworkers. She's coming to get me because usually around about 8:30, yeah, about 8:30, we'll sit here and get one of the residents up because I was only man in the facility at the time and he was a heavy guy. But I usually help people out, while I'm there so they won't have to strain and hurt their backs. All right, so I remember saying I remember saying something, but I couldn't, like, no sound was coming out at all. So what I decided to do was I went back to my body and I sat down. Soon as I sat down, I woke up, right? Now, I hear the knocking, okay? Now keep in mind, depending on what person is there that day, like, it changes. But since I was really just, I guess, astral projecting, I've already seen who it was knocking. So as I came to, I got up and I said, "Hold on 1 second," and I called her name. So I heard her mumble, "How the hell he know it's me?" Right? Now, that's one of the most profound sleep paralysis experience that I had. Which, honestly, I believe if you learn not to fear it, you can control it. You can pretty much do what you want to willingly. And if you don't believe me, next time you have sleep paralysis, try your best not to even feel fear or anything of the such and watch what happens. Sooner or later, you will be able to do the same thing that I did. All right? It's crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do next up, because I was going to give y'all a whole lot of facts about sleep paralysis, but some people don't like to talk about these things. And of course, this is a platform where you can come forth and tell me your experiences, no matter what it is. Like, there's no judgment here. People are not going to look at you like you're crazy. Because a whole lot of things, paranormal and supernatural, people just keep in. So, this first account is from Abigail. Now, here we go. She said, "So my experiences with the sleep paralysis started about 4 years ago in my early 20s. I lived alone in an apartment, and my only perception of sleep paralysis was from the haunting of the Hill House. If you know, you know. And I thought it wasn't realistic. One night I awoke, looked out the opening of my bedroom door, and I saw a gray figure trying to pull halfway in the hallway out of the ground. And when it noticed me, I got a heavy chest. My legs felt heavy like sandbags, and after a lot of panic, I finally managed to awaken myself, and my bedroom door was closed, and the apartment was empty." Okay. First and foremost, Abigail, I appreciate you sharing that with me, and just my thoughts on that. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, sleep paralysis it's real, right? It's real. What people have to understand is we're only 3D beings, okay? But you have other beings that are on the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension, right? Now, from all my years of paranormal investigations and everything like that, I've come to find that in most cases, the same way we have to sit here and live by certain rules and regulations when it comes to the paranormal, they have to do the same thing, right? So, and if you noticed over the years, well, it's 2024 now, but if you noticed over the years, sightings of creatures and, sightings of apparitions and everything like that has really become more apparent. Just because of the vibrations and the frequencies that's rising constantly. you know. But yeah, yeah, seeing a gray thing just literally trying to pull itself out the ground, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure you was freaked out. Did you ever go to sleep after that, or nah? You probably didn't. You was probably up on 10. It's all good though. Yeah, but I appreciate you sharing. And if anybody out there that's listening, if you do want to share your own personal accounts, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to deal with sleep paralysis. If it's anything paranormal or supernatural, you can send it to ParanormalLegendsSociety at gmail.com. I repeat, if you want to share your personal accounts, whether it's paranormal or supernatural, you can send them to ParanormalLegendsSociety at gmail.com. All right, so up next, we have a personal account from E. Bennett71. All right, and he says, well, I hope it's a he. The first time it happened, I was a teenager and was watching a movie at home and fell asleep. When I opened my eyes, I could hear the movie playing faintly in the background. I tried to move and turn it off, but then I had a very vivid feeling of someone standing by the bedroom door just watching me. I thought it was my mother checking on me. I tried to talk to her or to move my head and nothing. It was very scary. Finally, I managed to roll over, but so forcefully that I fell out of bed. It has happened a half a dozen times since then. I have learned to focus on my breathing and slowly try to move little by little until I fully wake up. But yes, it was not a fun experience at all. First and foremost, E. Bennett, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate your submission. But yeah, so yeah, of course. Sleep paralysis is never fun, especially when you don't understand it. But you did a good thing by controlling your breathing and trying to move little by little. I applaud that. And honestly, the more you get comfortable with it, the more you learn to control it, trust me, it would not be a scary experience at all. Oh man, y'all got some good stories. Good stories. I appreciate y'all. Alright, so yeah, I got time for one last one. I'm not gonna make this too long. But the next one is from Izzy. And he said, when I was in college, almost a decade ago now, I went to bed just like any other night. As I was falling asleep, I was gripped by overwhelming dread. I literally thought that I was going to die. It felt like I was so scared that I couldn't even move. My brother and I shared an apartment at the time, and it kept racing through my head that I should call out for him for help. But I was so terrified, I couldn't even open my mouth. I didn't see a sleep paralysis demon, shadow man, whatever, because I was so paralyzed that I couldn't open my eyes. Eventually, the fear subsided, and I was able to fall asleep, but I was afraid to go to bed for a couple weeks after that. I know that my experience isn't as creepy as those who hallucinate things, but the thing that really scared me the most was in all of that, the sleep paralysis stories that I heard, it's the inability to move that comes before the fear. I really can't put into words how horrible it was to be so scared that I literally couldn't move. I still feel a sense of dread setting in as I'm falling asleep occasionally, very occasionally, but never as intensely as the first time. Now I'm able to wiggle my fingers to confirm they still move and get on with falling asleep. I really hope I never get sleep paralysis again. Alright, Izzy. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Um, but I wouldn't necessarily say people are hallucinating things because it's just like when you see an apparition. That's usually when the spirit or the energy has enough to fully or partially manifest itself. Honestly, I am planning to do a segment on the channel where anybody who doesn't believe in the paranormal, you and a friend, or if you just want to go alone, that's fine. You can tag along with me and probably one other person from the team. And we can take you to some places that's actually confirmed haunted by me. All right? And let you stay out there about an hour. Just an hour investigation. And just to see how your views change. But yeah, Izzy, I definitely appreciate that. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. I didn't want to do a very long video or whatever, but it's been a while since I actually uploaded. And yes, there are investigations coming. Like there's so much content coming. All right. Now, if you want to look at the EVPs that we have caught over the past couple months to a year, look on our TikTok, all right? At Paranormal Legends Society, look on our TikTok and you can see exactly what's going on. Or the last episode that I uploaded as far as an investigation was the Albemarle Opera House. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. Once again, I'm your host, James. And I just want to say I appreciate you for tuning in. Peace and blessings. And don't forget, if you do want to come out with me and the team, all you have to do is hit me up on social media, or you can email me at paranormallegendssociety@gmail.com. So yeah, just hit me up and let me know, like, hey, I want to come out with you guys. I want to investigate. I really want to experience the paranormal. And next time we have an investigation, if it's not already booked as far as somebody else, I got you. Ain't no problem at all. Ain't no problem at all. But have a good night. Peace and blessings. Y'all stay safe out here. Peace.